You are listening to the Savage FINcast, episode 65, May is Bay.
Chicago. A criminal mastermind called Overlord held our city in his terrifying grip. Ordinary cops were losing the battle against Overlord's super freaks and mutants. Then, a miracle happened. When I found him, he had no memory of his past. I helped him find an identity and a life. Now we have a fighting chance. Now we have the dragon.
This is the Savage FINcast, the show that goes beyond plus ultra. I am Jim Purcell.
I'm Craig Olson.
And I'm Raven Perez.
As.
What does that even mean, Jim? What is Beyond Ultra?
That's the catchphrase from the best superhero comic on the stands, My Hero Academia. Okay, I guess second best. Okay, just to be fair.
Now that is how you open a FinCast. The best comic on the stands, My Hero Academia.
And now for the Savage FINcast.
It's good. Kind of a special episode here in terms of format, right?
Yeah, we are recording this within days of the previous, so we got no news, and we got no Finteresting replies. So we're just going to be really talking about the actual issue, which is, of course, 229. But before that, Raven has a time killer. Take it away, Raven.
Oh, wait. Hold on. You're jumping the gun.
Am I gun jumping?
There's one gun that we need to pull the trigger on before we do the game, which is to say, when we did our Finteresting conversation, what do you think about 2017, Savage Dragon's 25th anniversary year? We forgot a pretty kind of cool thing, which was the Mighty Man short.
That did, in fact, come out this year.
Yeah. And,
so keep that in mind when ranking best issues.
Not too awful much to go into, just saying it was fucking awesome.
To get Mighty Man, yeah.
Yeah, just to get, because we're always on here bitching and crying about extras, like spin-offs and stuff.
And then after that, what happened? I thought they were talking about doing like a Freak Force, at least like.
Oh, I'm sure that's in the pipe somewhere.
I think it's in the pipes, but I'll tell you something crazy is Nikos got to do Stretch Armstrong.
Really?
Yes.
I forgot that was coming back as a comic.
Yeah,
like the toy?
Yes. And Nikos is the one doing the comic.
Oh, good for him.
Wait, drawing the comic?
Yeah.
That's a gig.
What company?
Wait. Let me guess. IDW.
That I don't know.
Or Titan. It's either IDW or Titan.
IDW makes sense.
Why are they always doing like properties?
Yeah, pretty much.
That's like all IDW is. G.I. Joe, He-Man, Doctor Who, Ghostbusters. That's fucking it. That's IDW. Like, without licensed comics, they don't have a line.
And it was IDW.
It was?
Yep.
Boom.
Is Devil's Due still around, or that's gone?
No, here's the funny thing. Devil's Due does still exist. They merged with First Comics.
Oh,
so
because they were the same thing. Remember, they used to be part of like Image, but they would all have like Transformers and G.I. Joe, I thought, and stuff like that.
Devil's Due was kind of they started as an Image partnership, became their own thing, and then failed hard.
Really?
And then Devil's Due folded, and then Dynamite sort of came around, and IDW, and Boom, and what am I thinking of?
You're right.
Yeah, that's in that weird like mid 2000s, like all these companies sort of arose out of the ashes of Chaos and Devil's Due.
Yep, you're right.
Remember Chaos Comics, guys?
Shit, yeah, they're still dude. Brian.
Oh yeah, they
Wasn't
revived
that Evil
too.
Ernie? Was that Evil Ernie?
Yeah,
and Lady Death, and he's still launching Kickstarters to tons of success.
I feel like Dynamite publishes them now. I don't know.
Good for him, though.
What was the comics company that made all of the autobiographies?
Blue
Wave, right?
Something like that. They're a weird company. They're still around. They still doing the bio comics.
If you ever get a chance, though, they did one on Justin Bieber, and my comic store has like a free graphic novel day, and I went in there, and it is really, they're just unloading shit. Like, they're just trying to get rid of the worst comics that they can, and that Justin Bieber one was there, and I was like, oh snap, I'm getting this. Dude, it's an atrocity. You gotta get it. It is the worst thing I've ever read. It's horrible, but it's great.
It sounds like interesting reading, honestly.
Yeah, it's honestly, I wouldn't get rid of it. It's not good at all in any way. Traced art, super oogie, like
gotta get those shit. What is it when you're trying to get the actor's face?
the likeness.
Gotta get that likeness right,
dude. And it's the oogiest likenesses.
I hate likeness art. Is like a huge red flag to me. If you're going too much for the actor, it's just too noticeable, and it just never looks right.
That's all Blue Wave does, though.
Oh, I know.
That's like their meat and potatoes. That's their bread and butter.
Yeah,
but
I don't know of any other type of comic from them.
It's hard to say.
It's like the Hillary Clinton biography. Yeah,
yeah, Mother Teresa.
Yeah, I think Marvel did the Mother Teresa book.
Really?
Or was it? I know DC did Pope John Paul.
Oh, really?
That exists. That's a thing.
Oh.
Superman
Pope John Paul versus Super Pro.
I would read that.
I would too.
Would
absolutely. So let's reel this back in.
Yeah. So interesting conversations. Our current topic is, what are your thoughts on 2017 and Savage Dragon as a whole?
The 25th anniversary.
25th anniversary year. You can, of course, email us at savagefincast@gmail.com, where we'll be sure to read off your letters on the show.
And again, we appreciate everybody who writes in. It's been pretty good turnout since we switched to that format. So thank you so much, everyone, for writing and being a part of our show. I'm going to take it in with a new section. I don't know if we'll do it all the time, guys. I have no idea. Maybe you'll hate this. Maybe you'll love it. Why don't you be a doll and let us know if you love or hate this? But I hear other podcasts and the fun that they have, and I say, I'm going to rip these guys off. And so I've brought a game to the Savage FINcast. Very quick. We're not going to spend a lot of time on it, but the rewards are juicy.
Let the listener know that if this totally sucks, we had no part in this. Raven didn't tell Jim or I anything about this.
They know nothing.
So we'll put all the blame on all the angry letters go to Raven.
They know nothing. They're going into it blind. I'm the host. I'm not a participant, but I can be victimized by the victor's powers. So that's how
we'll
this
victimize
works.
you, all right.
Oh, it's going to be bad. It's potentially going to be bad. Here goes. So this is how the game is played. It's a very quick game. Not all games are going to be this. We can do different games, if this is a segment that we like or whatever. But here's how the game's played. This particular game. All right, Craig, Jim, you're the players. I want you to go to the cast chat. I want you to put the cursor in the message field, type an X, right? But don't hit enter, because that's going to be like your buzzer, okay?
Wait.
So it is a buzzer-based game.
It's a buzzer, because cast will have the timestamp.
So go into cast.
Go into cast, type in the text field.
Yep.
Just an X and
don't
R.
take the cursor off, because you got to press enter.
Yeah, because you got to hit enter. Enter's your buzzer, okay?
Wait, let me do a practice.
Yeah, just do a practice. Do a practice.
Like that?
Like that.
All right.
Okay, so in that instance, you beat Jim by like a second.
What?
So, literally... Okay. So that's how I'm going to see who buzzed in first, okay? So don't yell your answers out. You're using this buzzer, okay?
Okay.
All right. So here's it. It's 5.
Wait. So you're going to tell us, like, we lose points if we answer wrong? Or
No, there's no losing points. You can only gain.
It's whose line rules.
It's exactly. And it's 5 questions, so there will be a winner. Easy. It's best of 5.
Okay.
So here's how it works, okay? Very simple, this game, this time. The game is... that I'm going to list 4 Savage Dragon characters.
Mm-hmm.
One of the Savage Dragon characters is fake. You need to buzz in and say who is fake.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Even all those Vicious Circle guys have appeared once.
I'm ready, Raven.
Purple-headed zit face, he's real.
Oh, it's awesome, dude. I'm telling you. I got prepared for this, and I was like, oh, yeah. See, so I tried to throw in, the first one's a softball, just to get you in the mindset. So the first one should be easy. Past that, I kind of get into some bastardry. So these hopefully ramp up in difficulty. And here's the thing, too. I am going to, regardless of when you buzz in, I am going to finish all 4 answers.
Okay.
And then I will call for the listener to hear all the choices. And then I will call on whoever is buzzed in.
Wait. Since there's no... I think you should lose a point, because then it doesn't stop anyone.
It's best of 5. One of us will have 3, and the other will have 2 at best.
Yep.
At worst.
That's it. It's best of 5.
But if I just hit the button every time, I have first choice of...
That's not saying
And
that
you
you're
might
gonna
get
be
it
right,
wrong.
though.
And then I get immediate second. That means you eliminated one of my choices.
Bingo. That's how it works. So if you answer, yeah, you might buzz in first, but then you might not necessarily be right.
All right.
So, you ready?
Yep.
All right. And I mean, yeah, like we're not locked in any rules. Oh, yeah, I'll tell you, the winner gets a podcast power after you win.
Actually, I
what
see
you
Craig's
won.
point. We could just mash it as soon as you start speaking.
Yeah,
All
and I
right.
get to listen to the whole thing.
Then we get to
All
listen
right.
to the whole question.
Then check it out. Here's how I'll do it. I'll read all 4, and if you buzz in early, the other guy automatically gets to go.
I think you should stop reading the question the first person that buzzes. So, like...
Oh,
Yeah.
so stop reading whoever buzzes?
Yeah.
All right.
because
And
that
then you can
will
read
force-
the rest
Yeah.
after.
Okay, you got it. So that's how I'll do it. I'll stop reading whenever you buzz, and then I'll read the rest for the other guy.
Right.
How's
If
that
I
sound?
get it wrong.
If you
Right.
get it wrong. he's like, if I get it wrong. All right. Cocky. I like it. All right, so here we go. First question. Get your buzzers ready. It's a softball, okay? Find the fake character, just so you remember. Question 1. Is it Octopus, Overlord, the Power Maker, or Morgor? Oh, looks like Savage FINcast goes first. Jim, who is the fake character?
You sure that's right? You got me first?
Wait, hold on. No, I don't. Craig, go first. Sorry. Craig, who's the fake character?
Power Maker.
Power Maker is correct. It was actually the Power Broker. So, little tricky there, but all right, Craig, you take the lead. 1 point on the board. All right, get ready. Here we go. Question number 2. Who is the fake character? Is it Oliver Closeoff, Mike Roch, Harry Paratestes, or Mike Hunt? And I've got Jim first.
Mike Hunt.
That is correct. It's 1-1.
That'd be way too obvious for Eric.
Jim, you're on the board. It's 1-1. Here we go. Level 3. Question number 3. Get ready. Got some weirdos. Is it Cap'n Crab, the hookers from Atlantis, Inadequate Lightning, or Blueberry Surprise? Oh, I got Jim.
No,
No,
wait.
no.
Oh, wait, no, I
Read
don't.
the
I got
timestamps,
Oh, I'm
Judge.
sorry. I got Craig. Sorry.
Captain Crab.
Captain Crab is correct. Sorry.
Wait, go through those again, because I love Blueberry Surprise. Like, go through those names again. How horrible are those?
Level 3. Yeah, I was on a theme of weird names. Captain Crab, the hookers from Atlantis, Inadequate Lightning. And
Inadequate Lightning.
I couldn't even believe it. As soon as I saw it, I was like, that's going in. And Blueberry Surprise. So, yeah, man. And Blueberry Surprise has head bolts, just
He
like
does,
Thunderhead.
He does.
Just like Thunderhead. All right.
I don't think you ever get a clear picture of him, though. It's always like, there's never any clear like shots of Blueberry Surprise, right? I mean,
No,
there's,
Blueberry.
like, two
Oh, wait, there
panels.
is a clear shot of Blueberry
Oh, is there?
Surprise. Yeah. Here we go. Get ready. I want to keep you guys hot. I want to keep you
All right,
hot.
all
Keep you
right,
hot.
all
Here we go. Question. Now, Craig is in the lead. Jim's got a point, but this is a chance for either Craig to pull away and win,
Yeah, 3 wins.
or Jim to even it up. So here goes. This is the harder level 4.
Match point.
Get ready. This could be the game. The fake character. Would it be
Did you say character?
the fake character? Would it be bug, bug out, bug eye, or bug guy? Oh, just checking my timestamp. It looks like I've got Jim as first. Jim, who is the fake character?
Bug.
That is incorrect. Craig Olson, your remaining choices are bug out, bug eye, or bug guy.
Bug eye.
Wrong as well. No one takes a point.
What's the wrong one?
I
Bug
don't
guy?
get the 50-50.
The wrong one is bug out.
Ah.
So bug eye, and bug guy were all correct. So here we go. Oh
This
man,
is for the winner of the tie?
this is the winner.
tie.
This is the winner or the tie. So as far as tiebreaker goes, I'll have to figure that one out.
Yeah, you will.
I'll figure that one out. Don't worry.
Don't worry, you're not going to have to figure it out.
We'll get. Oh, all right. Jim, you gonna let that stand? You gonna trash talk?
I didn't hear him. I was too focused.
Laser focus from Jim Purcell. Craig Olson can practically already taste that podcast power. Here goes. The fake character, is it the Big Mummy, Mauve Wolfman, Doc Nosferatu, or Duke Frankenstein? Craig Olson on the board first. Who's the fake character?
Duke Frankenstein.
That is incorrect.
Oh!
Jim, your remaining questions, your remaining choices are the Big Mummy, Mauve Wolfman, or Doc Nosferatu.
Doc Nosferatu?
Oh, that is correct.
It was down to those two.
See, Mauve Wolfman, I would believe Eric would do.
He just appeared. He was like that giant wolf guy, right?
He was the giant Wolfman. Mauve Wolfman's got moves.
We all know what the Big Mummy is.
The Big Mummy, yeah. Doesn't he just rando appear?
Yeah, he's a big mummy.
All right.
So I guess it proves that Craig and I are equal. In all ways.
So, here we go. Get ready.
Wait, so
you are doing the tiebreaker?
The tiebreaker?
I don't, but I got it real quick. I knew what it would be. I knew there would be a potential for a tiebreaker.
I hope we both get this wrong.
I just got to get this as really quick, and there's no getting it really wrong. Much as I'm saying, there's no way it's got to work out. It's got to work out is all I'm saying. So get ready. Here we go. This one is I had this prepared. Just got to go here to make sure that I don't want to be wrong. So I just got to make sure they got it right. All right. Okay, get ready. So. Well, on your buzzers, are you prepared?
Yes.
Here we go. There is
Is this multiple choice or is it another
elimination?
elimination?
It is multiple choice, just like this. All right. Get ready. Of these this is for the game. This is the game. Someone has to win, ladies and gentlemen. Of these characters, which is fake? Is it Overlord 1, Overlord 2, Overlord 3, or Overlord 4? And looks like Craig's on the board. No, wait. It looks like Jim's on the board first.
Overlord 4.
Overlord 4 is correct. Oh my gosh, guys. Good job.
Raven. There's literally
that
only
was the
one
worst
answer.
tiebreaker.
I know, dude.
I could have buzzed in when you said Overlord 3.
So, I'm sorry. I wasn't really expecting you to go to tie. I thought someone would
Yeah,
win.
there was no Overlord 2, guys. It went straight to 3.
That's okay.
I mostly didn't buzz in because I couldn't believe you were going to, say Overlord 4. See, what you should have done is you should have said Overlord 3 and then baited us into buzzing, and then the fourth one be some random name.
Or Dr. Noodles. Well, regardless of
All
whether
right, what
or
does
not,
Jim win? What do I lose out on?
regardless
This farce.
of whether or not the tiebreaker was shitty, I had a good time. I hope you guys had a good time listening. Now it's time for the precious spoils to the victor. Jim, your podcast power. It's a good power to have going into the discussion. You get the ability twice to say, Raven or Craig, whoever, Raven or Craig, I'm sorry, but you're wrong.
Okay.
And we don't get to fight back.
What fun is that?
Hey, that's your power. You won, dude. You got the ability to shut down an argument. That doesn't mean the other person can't disagree, but you could shut them down too and then lose your powers. So, that's your power, dude.
Your power is to look like an asshole.
I promise to use it only for good.
Hey, nobody ever said that, heavy is the head that wears a crown and other such sayings. So, there you go.
Ridiculousness this is. It's great. It's a good game. I like that, actually.
That was fun, Raven.
It's actually a good use of the chat screen, kind of, to use as a buzzer. Ingenious.
You gotta learn how to read those timestamps, though, Raven, because you got it wrong like every single time.
He's just looking at the one that shows up on top.
Yeah.
Last wins. That's the way I had it. Well, I'm glad you liked it. I hope that, what's funny, too, is that, like, even on the other one, like the show I'm ripping off, people will totally forget their power. So they'll go the whole podcast and just, like, waste their winnings. Whatever, it's up to you. I'm just saying, you got the ability. If one of us is like, I don't know, Jim, I think bald is beautiful. You can be like, no, Raven.
Shut you down, Raven. I'm using my power right now.
Shut
it up. Shut it up.
He's still laughing. Yeah. He's laughing. What are other types of powers? I can't picture anything else you could do.
You could make someone explain themselves. That's like you look at someone and be like, "I'm sorry, you have to elaborate on that."
Sing
like,
on air.
Yeah. You could. There's different things. You could like make a man weep. Like you have to do an impression of a dog right now.
Nice.
I'm kidding. Please don't do it. Please let that never be a power. I don't know. I'm just saying. And the way that the other podcast does it, maybe we'll do this too. Just rip them all the way off. If you guys think you got a game, you could email it in, savagefincast@gmail.com. No guarantees or anything, but I mean, you see about how we kind of did it. You know what we can do. So if you come up with something.
Next power has to be you can force a co-host to talk in radio voice.
For how long?
I don't know. Not that long, but
force a co-host to agree with you.
What's the station that pays and plays for days?
Force a co-host to talk like dung.
Hey, and welcome back to the Savage FINcast.
The show that is always prepared except for when we aren't.
Oy day.
Let's talk about that. Interesting? Conference? Whatever. Forget it.
Slide whistle.
Finteresting conversations.
Nailed it. Behave.
You nailed it, dude.
Oh, God. It's the worst.
I love it.
So, meat and potatoes.
It's meat and potatoes time.
Straight into it.
Yeah, this is all meat and potatoes FINcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, we here at the Savage FINcast like to provide a professional show of professional quality. But once in a while, even we, superhumans, gods, are brought low by random mistakes. After recording the majority of the episode you're currently listening to, we discovered that our current recording solution ate about 3/4 of our episode.
Yep.
All of this episode review we've already gone over once amongst ourselves. Gone. Poof to the ether.
Yep.
So we return again to go over what we once went over the first time. With even less enthusiasm.
I gotta say,
I'm afraid.
I think we had a good run, though, because, goddamn, it's been years, and we never had a problem once.
Yeah, we've never lost an episode. You could put that on our tombstone.
And I've listened to podcasts. I've listened to the podcasts that in 2 years' time, they've lost like 7 shows. So we're doing good.
Recording over the internet is always dicey. Things can go wrong and do go wrong. Like, you'll get quality problems. Most of the time, you'll wind up with, like, sound artifacts you can't solve that just came out of nowhere. But, yeah, getting your episode eaten, that's always a danger. I mean, we were lucky we only lost everything after this point, which, to be honest, wasn't much.
No.
I mean, they'll never hear our post-episode chit-chat about Marvel superhero universe.
It was horrible and inane.
Yeah.
It had no value, so nothing of value was lost. Nothing of value was lost.
Do you think it was divine intervention?
Perhaps.
Yeah, I do, because I thought about it and I was like, you know what? That was just a shit show. So I think in a lot of ways, the dear listeners got spared.
Suppose so.
Yeah. I think we're going to be a slimmer, trimmer FINcast. It's going to be better.
To be fair, this was already a slim and trim episode, so
It was
slimmer, trimmer.
Well, let's take it from the tippy top, why don't we? Let's have some... You guys ready for some meat and potatoes leftovers? We're having leftovers?
I hate leftovers.
Or do-overs.
You know, I don't know if you guys ever had this experience when somebody tried to, like, church up the leftovers.
Church them up?
Yeah, like you'd be having hot dogs for the second night, but, like, maybe they'd crack open a new can of chili and put some cheese on top of the hot dogs.
Did you say church them up?
Is that what it's called?
Church them up?
You know, fix it up. It's just a turn of phrase. It has nothing to do with
A turn of phrase for who?
For Raven and his family, obviously.
I'm just saying, try to spice it up. You know, I'm just saying it's never good, is what I'm saying. Is you still feel like you're eating hot dogs 2 nights in a row. So yeah, we're gonna do our best.
Wait, but you're using the word church is equal to spice it up. So that's your
I think
your
you mean
equivalent of a
refreshen
good
it.
time or freshen up is like go to church.
The origin of church it up is simply, you know, when you put on your Sunday best and you go into
All right.
church.
Oh yeah.
But you're really a piece of shit under those
get
nice church clothes.
Oh, I see.
get it.
That's when you say church it up. So,
But you're really a piece of shit under those nice church clothes.
that's it. So in a lot of ways, we're just trying to church up this rehash.
So
Which is-
the important thing about this issue 229 is that Eric drew the whole thing in what he called small size.
Yep.
Because he works in 3 sizes, his usual double up, then there's standard size, and then there's one size smaller than that.
11 by 17 is the middle.
Right, so that's standard.
Yep, that's standard. That's middle.
So this smaller size, he stumbled into it while working on the cover because he couldn't figure out how to make Maxine look good in the double up size. She was looking real weird with that much detail. So he used the smaller one to just get this cover cranked out.
Well, for the background on his Facebook page, he showed one, right?
Yeah.
In like photorealistic almost detail.
Yeah.
And it doesn't look cartoony, so it doesn't look right.
Doesn't look like Maxine.
No, it doesn't.
Like the neck just looked like a normal girl's neck, which was like shorter and thicker than like Maxine's long skinny neck.
So by happy accident, he decided to do the whole issue that way. To results.
To results.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
Yeah.
Of course, again, we've already gone over this issue, so we'll just broad stroke it. We kind of feel collectively that this issue lines are really wonky looking. A lot of them look too thick.
In particular, I think you said it incredibly eloquently last time, so here's a rehash for us, but first time for you listeners. Jim made the great assessment that what you get is on a normal Savage Dragon issue, characters kind of get oversimplified in the far distance.
Yeah.
And then your mid-tier guys look, mid-tier quality, and then your guys up close look great. Well, that's kind of the whole issue here. It's like your characters in the foreground you look pretty good, but then like everyone mid-tier looks more like their background quality normally. And then the really background guys are really scribbly loose.
Ooh, yes.
Super loose. So, it's kind of it was not I would say it was not a smashing, resounding success.
We also think that maybe he didn't use a ruler this issue.
We know he didn't.
There are a lot of buildings that aren't very straight.
To mixed results. I would say, for instance, when you flip and you see like underneath the Tim Hortons logo, where the Tim Hortons lettering looks so good, but then the bricks are wavy wobble.
Wavy wobble.
that we didn't super duper duper love. St. Michael's Hospital's another really super good example of the wibble wobble. But then, didn't we kind of like that tower?
I did I like the tower.
I kind
of
it's
like
really
it.
wobbly.
I like the tower. I kind of liked it.
Not so much the tower, but the buildings below it. They're kind of all over the place.
I'm okay with it. A thing I didn't love, and you'll notice it throughout the issue, was the real thick-ass cross-hatching.
Oh, yeah.
And you see it in most egregiously when Maxine and her mom are sitting in the Tim Hortons, like in their shadows in the chairs, are like this crisscross crosshatch. I also didn't super love when the crosshatch was like in the characters' mouths.
Yep, like Maxine at the hospital.
Yeah, Maxine at the hospital. You see, Maxine when she's in the squid panel. Basically, when the crosshatching's in the background, for some reason I don't care as much. When it's like in a character's mouth, I don't know. I just kind of would have preferred that to be like solid black.
Yeah, I mean, in every spot that he uses it, it looks like it was supposed to be solid black.
Yep.
Because either it's like that open door, or it's our open mouth, or a
Bingo.
shadow.
Yep.
I'm just not a fan of like the scritchy, scratchy inks. Like they're not like a slick curved line. It's like a scratchy.
Right.
I just don't. My other pet peeve is like when the art is so loose that the colorist has to kind of close the
Circle.
The
Close
lines
the
up.
lines, yeah.
Just not a fan. This time I don't know. I know it's an experiment for Eric to kind of do the different sizes.
And I bet in some ways this sped up the process a lot, which is why we got it this year.
And I think one of the big things that we had mentioned last time, which you see once in a while, that really kind of annoy me, are the wonky eyes when he does like the quick inks.
Oh yeah.
Which you get a few of those.
Most egregious up in the tower, the blonde woman. Where her eyes appear to be exiting her skull in different directions.
Yeah, the wall-eyed effect that is created there is not good.
I recall commenting she actually looked like she was blind, and I thought it was a joke that she was saying, I love the view, but the woman was blind.
Yeah, like she's reaching her hand out. I even see where you're coming from, because like she's reaching her hand out, like just out into the distance there.
Yeah. Like she doesn't know where she is in relation to space.
Yeah. Which, again, it's fine. It's like you said, and here's the benefit of hindsight. We didn't have the letters column. Our first recording was a physical issue-less recording, so we don't get the letters column.
Oh, is there more? Is there info? Juicy
Not-
tidbits?
Not much. Here's the tidbit. This is the little wink, nod, inside loop. Eric kicks off the letters column just by saying, trying to catch up so that my Christmas issue can actually go on sale prior to the holidays. Wish me luck. So last time we sort of just kind of maybe went a little bit back and forth on whether it was an art experiment or whether he was just trying to get 12 out this year or whatever. To me, that kind of does say that this was as much a speed thing as it was anything else.
Yep.
Because, there was a super fucking quick turnaround on this issue. So, I don't know. And we had an interesting conversation last year that I do think is worth revisiting. And I mean, I think I kind of already know the answer, but I'm going to throw it out there anyway, just for the listeners, to hear us have a go at it, is do you two, for the sake of getting 12 issues, do you mind the occasional, dip in quality? Or would you rather it was all killer, no filler? Even if it means less issues.
I think if this issue is indicative of the artistic, I won't say artistic quality because, it's still better than most comics.
Yeah.
I would say that maybe it needs to cook a little more.
Like
overall.
10 or 11 is enough a year?
Well, that's the thing. It's one thing. I mean, if Eric wants to do 12 books a year, that's fine. But I think there's a reason most creators right now do 11 or 10 and schedule for that many, as opposed to trying to cram 12 in.
If I got 10 issues that look like issue 76 or 77, I would take that.
You just have a trade collection for your off month come out to cover the gap so that you're still on the stands.
And, not to pucker up and shit on it entirely. There's highlights in this issue.
Oh, sure. There's plenty to love in this issue.
Plenty. I think I said it last time. I super duper do love, for whatever reason, the cartooning does totally work on, like, Maxine's mom and her.
Sure.
I think anytime the characters are close up, like the squid panel, or the panel of the girls fighting,
in Dimension X.
In Dimension X, the big splash page of the cum monster. All of this is awesome.
Oh yeah, we
good.
determined that this new villain is made of cum. We made sure to point that out multiple times last time.
Sorry you don't get to hear it come up organically, but there you have it. Spoiler alert. So I think it's more miss than hit, but I don't think it's all bad. I think it's an interesting thing that his next issue experiment, which he's already announced, he already said on Facebook,
yep,
is that he's going to be doing various sizes, and then he's going to just, obviously it'll all run at standard shrunk down comic size, but apparently there's times when he thinks, like maybe for a splash page, it's like, okay, like I can get enough detail out of this. I don't need to draw on the big car door pages.
Well, I would think that on a splash page, he would do the double twice up. On the stuff that requires detail, and then the stuff that needs less detail, he uses the smaller stuff.
Here's the irony of that. When he needs those small figures, that's when you would need the bigger paper.
Sure.
So that, for instance, like the next to last page, where Malcolm is, chasing cum monster down in the sewers. Like, see how you got the faraway shot and all that. Like, all that would look better if it was drawn bigger.
Yeah.
And then shrunk down. So actually, like, when you've got, like, a big, solid, like, fill-the-page image without a ton... It's detail, that's it. Yeah,
yep.
you said it.
We went into detail about Dragon and the 3 geometric shapes clinging to him at the bottom of the page of the sewer.
Yeah.
Tyrone looking a little abstract.
I like Jack. Swingy Jack. I still like it.
It does look like a Picasso.
It's a bunch of triangles glued together.
But, hey, I mean, fuck. For my money, I'm okay with the occasional issue that looks like this. I will say that, obviously in comics, not everything has to be perfect and not everything has to be a masterpiece.
Right.
But I did see somebody's reaction to the poo-poo restaurant panels. Okay. They made their way onto CBR. And somebody was like, yeah, and somebody was like, wow, that art is really rough. And that's the only bad thing about the occasional dip in quality is potentially everything is someone's first exposure to your work.
Right.
So
and if you're not a regular reader and someone posts something like this, it's a bad like first impression.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's not indicative of the actual quality.
Yeah, like people have no idea that like, that's not the way the book looks like even most of the time, like or even a quarter of the time.
Only some of the time.
Yeah, well, it's rare. The book doesn't go down like to simplified art like this very often at all. So, I don't know. It's all good. It's cool.
And the funny thing about it is it's not because Eric's a bad artist. He chose to do it shorthand this way.
It's a testament to his talent that he can go this loose, and it's still A, read as a style, and B, read as a comic.
Oh yeah, and again, like I said, there's still moments in here that are incredibly fucking awesome. We mentioned it on our previous recording, but like just the Malcolm, when he catches Thunderhead. And, like, that panel of him leaping towards the reader with his hand outstretched, that's cool. That's cool-looking stuff.
Even the villain is a cool visual.
Though I do recall asking why the dark parts of his mouth and face had color gaps. Very strange.
That was when you guys were drawing criticism for not filling in the blacks.
Yeah.
Yeah, which again, around his mouth, it creates a skull-like effect there. So, but ironically, again, too, on its credit, I remember like on this page, I still like it the way that the building, Thok, where him and Thunderhead are landing on top of the building.
Yep.
I like the way the strokes are done on the building. Like I like the way that looks.
Yeah.
So it's not all, it's not the end of the world. It's just, some stuff is more of a home run than others.
We should probably touch on the big development from this issue that Maxine appears to be pregnant again.
Yeah.
That's what I was not expecting, especially coming off the vasectomy stuff from last issue.
I wasn't expecting it either.
No, it's a lot. It could be 4 kids. I mean, it's pretty crazy.
It's weird because, like, even in the book, they're like, we don't care about another kid. So it is kind of funny, like, I think, like, we kind of had a sort of, like, what do you even think this 4th kid thing is all about? Like, it's not going to add much to the book to have a 4th dragon baby, so where do you think even... And
yeah.
Jim, you mentioned that without Lorella readily available...
Where's she going to get her pregnancy gear so she doesn't get exploded?
Yeah. Yeah, Maxine is in super deep shit being pregnant, so... I don't know, dude. I hope this 4th baby doesn't fucking kill Maxine. I'm gonna super hate that 4th baby. Like, I'm gonna hate the shit out of that 4th baby if it kills Maxine.
Right.
It seems like a story development that could only go bad places. Like, it could only make things worse.
We'll see. I mean, I honestly have no idea what it's for. Where it's going to go. I got no predictions.
Yeah, and I don't know. It's just
maybe it'll be a human.
Yeah, I was gonna say something I thought of. That's so funny you said that. Something I thought of is like where Amy had like human toes. Like I wonder if like.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
The new baby will be a human.
Amy had more than human toes. She was born human, then turned into a dragon.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Shit. And so you never know, like what kind of crazy story shit this 4th
I
baby.
totally forgot about that too. Holy shit. That's right.
I speculate in the future she'll be able to control that.
Ah. We'll oh, that's a good
That's a good observation.
Yeah. That'd be pretty crazy.
Yeah, human baby would be the best outcome.
Or you could have a baby that looks like she-dragon that's just like human looking but green.
Human hair but green. I'd be okay with that.
But then you'd hear, oh, She-Hulk ripoff.
Yeah, fuck haters.
At this point, it's going to take 16 years before we know they look like as adults anyway, though.
That's true.
But the other development, I guess you could say, was that Kevin seems to be willing to make a commitment with Maxine's mom, which I was like, what? I mean, the guy's a chick magnet. I didn't really see him trying to lock down the lie, but what are you going to say? Must have been good.
Dude, the sad thing is, like, Maxine's mom is only, like, a few years older than me.
No, dude. Everybody's like, she's 20 years older than you, Kevin. Gross. And I'm like, she's not that old.
Well, it's like she says, it's not that she's old now, it's that she'll be old in 20 years. And he'll still be...
Oh, yeah? Well, it's like Kevin says, what about the time that they can still have together, Jim?
Yeah.
I don't know. It is weird. I tell you, it is funny because, like, it's funny you bring it up, Craig, because, like, dating in your 30s is fucking completely bizarre. Because 20-somethings still find you attractive, but you're, like, almost 40. And you're just like, God damn, we're so different. Like, we have so much different lives. Like,
Yeah, that's why you gotta read more comic books, Raven.
I'm pretty sure, Raven, your life, Raven, is pretty much different than anyone else's with all the comic book drawing that you do.
I don't know. I'm saying...
Dude, your Facebook status is either A, I'm ordering pizza, or B, the next Ravens Dojo page is coming up.
You know what Raven's about.
Or C, some like witty little saying that's in that like
Making
super
fun of the
blog.
Facebook background patterns.
It's a sad life.
But usually it's just drawing a new page or ordering pizza.
That's true. You've got my number. I put it out. I can't deny it. There's nothing I can really say. I can't be like, oh yeah, I'll show you. And then my next Facebook status is, I'm ordering Chinese food, guys. Hashtag take that, Craig.
I'm sorry, was that mean?
No, it's accurate. Mean things are untrue. That's true. I can't say shit about it.
I didn't mean it in a mean way.
No.
I meant that only like a very select few other cartoonists could identify.
I think people in their 30s know what it's like to have young people like you.
No.
And you're just like, that's a huge gap.
Jim said no.
Jim says no.
No one's ever liked me.
Aw.
I'll tell you what, my wife works at University of Pennsylvania, and I've in the past have gone and had lunch with her at like one of those student unions, and have heard like just college kids talking, and I just want to strangle them because they just sound so stupid, and you're just like, oh.
All right, Alex, dial it back.
That's just the difference in your life. Like,
no, I do find myself being like, I hate teenagers as I get older.
I
hated teenagers when I was a teenager.
That's true.
Okay. In college, I knew a chick who she was like about 10 years, just 10. That's not even the 20-year gap mentioned in the book here. She was 10 years older than the dude she was with, and they were constantly having generation gap problems, even though it was only 10 years. Like, she'd bring up like some like, remember cassette tapes? And the guy'd be like, no.
Wait, so he was the younger one?
He was the younger one. She was the older.
Wow.
So I'm just saying, like, I mean, 20 years is a big fucking deal. Like,
yeah.
Oh, it is. I have young people that are starting in my office at my work, and they're like in their 20s. So they're like 20 years younger than me. And there's plenty of times where I make like references that I just get blank stares, and it's just like, oh yeah.
You're like Captain America. I get that one, guys.
Yeah.
It's rough.
It is rough.
I'm rooting for them. I know it sounds funny, but like I think it would make for a more interesting like problems and drama. But who knows? Who knows if they'll stay together?
She'll probably get turned off by all this superhuman fighting that happened right in front of her. Getting almost murdered by a cum monster is probably the line.
Or what if it has a complete opposite effect and it's like, ooh, my life's so much more exciting now. It could go that way. I don't know. I thought that was a good development. The other, like, so there was basically Maxine's pregnant.
Yep.
You know, Kevin and Maxine's mom are going to make a go at it. Then the introduction of a new villain who actually does get away.
He doesn't die in one punch.
No. And he is a somewhat formidable foe with the Wolverine claws.
He's a goop monster. They're hard to kill.
I'm down with it, dude.
Notoriously difficult to kill.
I like this guy. He doesn't get a cool monster name in this issue, but I think he's a cool character.
Are you telling me that's wait?
Finley.
Finley is a name that evokes fear in the hearts of the innocent.
I mean, Finley. Yeah, if you saw him coming, you'd be pretty scared, but not Finley. No, Thunderhead, scary. Finley, not scary. I like his face. I like his design, his goopy design. I like, the fact that he popped claws. Like, I hope we see this guy show up more and like make weapons. I like the way he kills his boss. Like, I thought that was badass.
Bad way to go. Having your eyeballs shot out with cum.
He does. He even says, "Suck on it, Morris. Suck on it." It's perfect. It's perfect.
perfect.
It's perfect.
Sterling.
I think I saw an article. We're comic know nothings. Apparently, Sterling Morris is and the Secretary both are a reference to Captain Marvel.
Really?
Yup, Billy Batson's boss was
Oh.
Sterling Morrison.
Oh.
So that's an illusion. So makes a lot more sense why Sterling Morris got the money shot. He's dead. He's dead now. But no, this guy's got a cool face and cool powers. All he needs is a cool name. Jim, right now, name him cool.
Do you know Sterling Morrison was a guitar player for the Velvet Underground?
Was he?
Yep.
The
You think this-
curmudgeon.
Craig, you go. Craig, name him cool now. What's this guy's cool monster name? Go.
It's not curmudgeon, I'll tell you that much. I don't know, dude. I do quite get a kick out of how Eric's drawn wieners on like every villain now.
It's great, dude. I think it's fantastic. I think that like if you were gonna be a big drippy gooey monster, you probably wouldn't think better hide the dong.
Dude, how long before you think like we get a full splash page of Malcolm Dong?
Heroic dong, dude. I'm putting the last frontier.
Dude, it's gotta. Seems like every issue is kind of going further and further.
It's the last frontier. If you think we've seen tons of
Is that an audible sigh from Jim?
It was. He's like, did I re-record for this?
I think he just hung up his headphones and walked away.
Smega Man.
He was just thinking really hard about that. That's all it was.
I'm gonna call him Glop.
Really? Just a sound effect name?
Yeah, don't you think Glop is a good name?
No, I don't.
Glop
like,
and
It's
Bloop.
like every goopy villain.
Not every goopy villain is named that. What about Clayface?
He could be called Glop.
I mean, he could, but he ain't.
How about Cumface?
Seaman.
Or, what's it called? Facial Man.
Facial? Facial is a very 90s name. Like, he could be called Facial.
Bukkake.
Now you're reaching. But it is awesome still. Protein.
Protein.
What? Jesus.
Venture Brothers already used that.
Did they?
Yeah. The proteins.
As a come. Oh, well, that's not the same thing. Is it?
No.
Were they used in that way? Then it's all good. It's all gravy. If you start worrying about who's done what, you'll never get any work done.
His name will be Richard Cheese.
Damn you, I was getting a drink while you said that. You choked me up good.
So, just real quick, we should probably go over the backups.
Protein.
Protein. I mean, we don't have to. Before we do the backups, because again, this just wasn't. We'll just do the recap on the issue. Basically, overall, more or less, the other thing is that the girls decide they want to go home.
Yeah.
and
and
that's
that's one thing I brought up before we flubbed the whole last recording. But one thing I do kind of like about this is that we get the Angel and Jennifer and Alex kind of in Dimension X, and they're just kind of doing their own thing.
right.
You know, and it's got to lead to somewhere, because usually, I think, like I said last time, was if Eric just wants to hide characters like Lorella, they just kind of go off to another country or to another state.
Go to Washington.
And so he can
join
kind of,
SOS.
yeah, he can kind of put him away for like, you know, as long as he wants, and then pick up back with him when he wants. But he's building up to something with the three ladies here.
Oh, right. We mentioned.
I don't know what it is.
We mentioned that they found more corpses and more, apparently more babies removed.
Yes.
Right.
And it is interesting.
Which
just
makes
because
me worry they might actually run into Glum.
yeah,
Well, they're
'cause we
on
all
his planet
assumed-
too, right?
Yeah. that we all assumed that Glum was like just long gone, like high and dry,
Right.
like out of the book for a while, but like they're all over.
They're still finding remnants of his activities when, they're supposed to think he's dead.
And I don't know if this was artistically intentional, but you'll notice when the girls make their decision to change directions, the panels stop being top to bottom and start going left to right.
Ah.
So that's kind of cool. Maybe intentional, maybe not.
Interesting.
But that was it. Like, mainly those were the main things. I mean, again, just, I guess you couldn't ask for a better issue to lose your podcast on. It was pretty much not, like, over eventful. What, didn't we give numbers? I give this one, like, a 7. 7.5.
Yeah, I wouldn't go that high for me.
Yeah. Me and Craig were more like 5s, 6s.
I think I was lower than that.
I gave it 7. I'm going to justify my 7 because the monster was cool and lived. I genuinely did not see the Maxine pregnancy thing coming because I'm a sucker. And I think that, the art experiment was more successful than it was a failure. And so that's it. So I give it a 7.
I'm gonna give it a 3. Just in the sorry Eric.
That's
Don't kill
fine.
me. Hey, I usually love every issue. This one, it's okay. I'm giving it a 3, and the reason why I think that one of the only cooler things of the issue is the monster guy, but even he seems a little generic. The way he just kind of comes in and attacks a guy and takes off. It's not. There's no real story behind it.
Well, he's better motivated than Tantrum.
Yeah. It's true. And the reason why also a 3 is I don't feel like there was much progression this issue. The girls are still walking on, Glum's planet. They're still beating up hordes of aliens. It's like, all right, we've kind of seen that. Eric's still kind of showing us different locations of Canada. Okay, I get it. They're in Canada.
Well, don't remember, this is only the second issue of them being in Canada.
Right, but, I get it. They're in Canada. But,
You sure?
Then the sex scene was very reminiscent of last issue, which we already got. Maybe space it out a little bit. I mean, it's cool. Again, this is just the reasons why I'm giving it a 3. It just...
It's perfectly fine. Your opinion's your own. There's no problem. There's no problem with having the occasional.
And I felt like the only thing that really kind of not elevated this, but kind of shocking thing of this issue was the news of the new baby, which I don't know why he's going back there. I have to think or hope that it's like some different twist, because I really don't think they need like a 4th kid. Like you said, I don't think it's going to add anything to the story. But I have to think that there's got to be some kind of twist to it.
Yeah, dude.
I don't know. Or it's just going to be Eric like, oh, she had a miscarriage.
Oh, God, I hope not, dude. I hope it's not a non-bomb like that.
She cheated on Malcolm.
That would be the worst.
I'm still seething from the Seeker thing. It has... Like the whole.
Oh yeah, there was no secret in this issue. I never mentioned that last time we recorded.
Oh, that's a good point.
No ramifications from the Seeker last issue.
That's a good point. This issue could have had some Seeker redemption.
Not one single Seeker secret.
Oh man, you know what? I got to take it down to a 6.5 because that was. You know what? I mean, I'm sorry to like just totally run with that, but like you're right. One of the things when the Seeker had no secrets, I was thinking, well, they could maybe be coming next issue. It could be a pacing thing.
Yeah, maybe he's on the autopsy table and they take the mask off and it's just a robot or something.
Bingo. Like I was thinking, maybe we'll get that next month. Maybe it just didn't, but nothing. So you're right, dude. You know what? No, 5.5.
Wow, that's almost dropped a lot.
Well, I just thought that could have been a big chance to, like, redeem that preview. Because the thing is, in a long-running series like this, anytime something's, like, not a home run, you might not be getting the whole picture.
Show the Seeker, like, regenerate himself and take off. Give us hope that, it'll be something more than just a throwaway guy.
My final rating is better than All God being shot by jets.
Wait a minute.
I want to go back and listen to that podcast.
That is the
again.
lowest point I think I've ever gotten. Savage Dragon is that issue.
That was disappointing. It was
I want
awesome.
to go back and re-listen to that podcast.
That was an awesome visual, but it was a disappointing fate.
I think if I recall, it had more to do with because that was the end of the invasion arc from whatever those Vanguard's aliens were called.
Yeah, the Skagillions or whatever.
Yeah, whatever they're called.
The Tyrus Combine or
That's
something.
They were, yeah.
The resolution of that whole thing.
Oh,
was
we better
kind of
find out.
bullshit.
We're gonna get yelled at if I don't know that one.
How dare you call yourself a podcast host? You're nothing but a chud. Guys, I'm sorry.
Cannibalistic humanoid underground dwellers.
You know what? I rate you a 9.5 for knowing that. Good for you.
Wasn't Craig the guy who told us about Basket Case?
Yes.
Were you?
I'm pretty sure he's well versed in this shit.
You
Yeah.
get a 10, dude.
When I was young, I rented a lot of stupid horror movies.
That just took
All
me
the
down to
puppet
an 8.
masters.
Dude, my grandmother. Do you guys have? Maybe you do.
I had a grandmother. Yes.
Well, no.
I don't.
Maybe you have a grandmother. You're not as soulless as I thought. Jim, did you have Stop and Shop in your area?
No, we had Big M and Price Chopper.
Do you know what Stop and Shop is?
I have.
Raven?
I have.
Or-
I have. I have
clue.
Stop and Shops now.
I
It's
still
just
don't have 'em.
It's just a grocery store, but
Yeah.
in like the late '80s, early '90s, they all started getting like video rental, like stores built
Sure.
in the grocery store.
Most grocery stores did at that
Yeah.
point.
So
Yeah.
my grandmother worked at one, and I was in a phase in my life where I would just watch horror movies all the time with my dad, but they
Awesome.
scared the shit out of me, and so I'd go to bed scared.
All the Candymans.
Yeah, and but
Awesome.
my grandmother would
Phantasm.
save me all of the horror movie posters from the video store when they were done with them.
Lucky.
And so, but she was being so nice to give them to me, but I loved them, but I hated them at the same time. So all around my bed at night, there was like posters of
Critters.
There was Ghoulies.
Ghoulies.
There was the Gate. There there was Waxworked. There
Another
was
gem.
I had Nightmare on Elm Street 3. It was either 2 or 3, and it was a 3D plastic poster with like Freddy sticking out with his like claw hand.
Jesus.
I'm so
Yeah,
jealous.
and so
dude.
it was all around my room, and I was terrified to sleep at night.
I had the Super Mario Brothers movie poster.
Oh, I'm sorry, Jim.
Yeah, that's kind of even scarier if it had like Bowser on it.
Yeah, the Dennis Hopper Bowser. I love mud.
Oh, talk
It's
about
both
isn't that like
clean-
probably one of the worst movies ever made?
Super Mario Brothers the movie is a good movie if it's not if you don't think of it as a Mario movie.
Well, why did they always do that in the 90s? Like, all right, we're going to make Super Mario Bros. A movie, and it's going to be nothing like it. All right, we're going to make He-Man, and it's going to be nothing like it. Like,
They
we'll make
just-
The Punisher, it'll be nothing like it.
He-Man was
Why
more
did they
like
always do
He-Man
that?
than the Mario Brothers movie was like Super Mario.
He-Man they didn't have one character besides Skeletor and He-Man that was from, like,
Really?
You know what?
maybe
also,
Man at
also was
Arms
made
or
by
something.
also was made by Canon Films. So
I
They
don't
made
mean
all these new characters.
I don't mean to derailing, but like
Yeah.
I do want to bring up a gem that as we were talking re-emerged in my mind.
I don't even know how we got here, but whatever.
Raven just cut out.
No, I'm here.
Oh.
Here. This is a treasure that I just rescued from our forgotten show. When you look at the Squid page,
What's the squid? Which is the squid?
the Maxine, the like where she's riding Malcolm and it says
Jesus.
Squid.
Yeah.
All right, when you look at the Squid page, we were commenting and complimenting. First, Jim brought up the Death Star explosion ring
Yeah.
on the explosion.
I was more
ring.
pointing out Malcolm T posing.
Well, see, here's what's awesome. This is the treasure that I unearthed. Like, and then we started talking about the coloring, and then somebody, I forget who, said that it looked like space.
Yep.
Oh,
Got the
yeah.
galaxy splatter.
All over Malcolm's chest. I think it was you, Raven, that said it.
I don't think it was.
Oh, then maybe it was me. I remember we were having that conversation, and
Yes,
I would have loved.
He looks
and we
like
had
a
to like.
reverse eternity.
He does. Look at the space. I just wanted to say, like, as we were talking about, scary bedrooms and monster case, I was looking over at the Squid page, and I was like, oh, space. There's the
Raven just tuned out. He was like, fuck this shit. Look at that jizz.
Look at that beautiful coloring.
Blub dub blubbity glub.
No, it's good. I remember how we got on the whole conversation about Grandma's Monster Posers and Mario. We were just talking about, ratings and what we were giving them. And Jim, you gave it a...
I gave it a better than all God being shot by missiles.
Yeah, what's that translating to numbers?
Better than 2?
3?
Well, I don't want to nail it down.
He said 3. Better than 2.
What was funny is when I said 3, Jim still had room for doubt. Well, no, don't go crazy. Not 3. 2 points.
It's an aggregate score.
All right. Well, that's fine. I not only did we rescue a gem from the forgotten podcast, Space Chest, which I think was amazing. I was sitting here, I was like, oh yeah, Space Chest. That's worth repeating. But also, I feel like I learned something about you guys.
I thought you said rescue a gem. You said gem.
Yeah.
It took
We
me a while.
rescued a treasure.
Rescued a gem.
Rescued a James Purcell from the past. No, it's good. The other thing I want to bring up, this is a benefit of us doing this over, is the letters column. Again, shout out to Eric for keeping it interesting. You get another letter from Jerry Smith from Kentucky, who was going
Holy
to
shit,
quit.
Jim. You alright?
No, I'm dying.
That was a big loogie.
I've been mostly loogie today.
I love how you didn't like pause it or try to hide it at all. You just don't give a shit.
I just edited it out in post. Of course, now I can't because we're talking about it.
You're a little too comfortable there on the mic.
It's like space.
Look, I sometimes record this thing without pants. But yeah, I'm pretty comfortable.
As long as you don't have an erection, we're good.
Nothing. He didn't say anything. Savage FINcast.
You don't know what I'm looking at while I'm recording.
I know you're listening to the sound of our voice.
Sultry sounds of our voice. It's
Silence.
I thought you were moving on.
He's like, just keep talking. Keep talking.
Just don't say anything.
Raven,
They'll have to move on.
Keep
It's
talking.
good.
Raven slower.
I think
Talk
this
slower.
letters column is interesting. He names the monster that got beat up into smaller monsters. It's
Wait.
called the Great Divide, which I think is awesome.
When was that monster? Right, that was the one in Dimension X.
Yeah, the one the
Okay.
girls are beating up, and he like keeps turning into smaller dudes.
Okay.
I think the Great Divide is a cool name.
Yeah.
And then he actually talks again with the guy that quit the issue. So that's there's like
he wrote in
And
again.
quit, but didn't quite quit.
the guy that remember the guy from Kentucky that quit? He's like after 25 years.
I quit, but I'll buy the next issue to see your response.
Yeah, after 25 years, this did it. And it's like, no, so that guy gets a second.
So what's his follow-up?
Basically, he's like, thanks for responding to me. You know, a lot of people wouldn't, and blah, 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 blah. And
I
he
still
goes
quit?
on. And then Eric, I don't know that he quit because he doesn't say, well, I'm back on the bus. But he just says that he can't pay $4 to have his views trashed. $3.99. And Eric again.
But as long as I keep getting responded to in the letters page, that's worth $4.
You know what's weird to me? The letters page, the physical address for the letters page, I think is like the Image office.
Yeah.
So if people send letters to the Image office, do people at the Image office like type it up?
No,
and
they
send it?
forward it to Eric.
Yeah, but imagine if you mail a physical letter to Portland. Like, does it then get like scanned in? Does it get typed?
No, he's Jim
I'm
saying they
sure
forward
it just
it
gets
over.
forwarded in the inner company mail. I'm sure Eric gets lots of mail from Image offices.
Oh, you mean physically forwarded?
Yeah, that's what you do. Is you mail it to your work office, and they forward it to you.
Back to San Francisco. That's weird.
It's a intercompany owned mail. I mean, I imagine that a lot of like art goes through the Image offices to go to parts of, get inked and shit.
Mm-hmm.
So that probably happens all the time.
Well, it's a good letters column. I just want to say it's worth reading. I'm always like, we do these a lot of the times without it, and I just think it's worth bringing back up. I guess like now we can jump into the backups if you feel like it.
Just real quick, Aquaria makes its return. It looks pretty good. Story's a little eh.
Yeah, I think I remember talking about it, and I just felt like the I don't know. It just seems stilted. Like when you read the whole story, I don't know, the dialogue, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I'm kind of having a brain fart here.
No, I'll agree with you.
I was having a hard time getting through it, and it is very weird. I mean, I know it's set in the future. I think it was just weird how her mom's just kind of like sending her out on different missions. It's like, isn't that her mom? Like, she doesn't care.
No, she just knows she's capable.
Well, we brought it up last time, and I think it's worth repeating that, like, it's just, again, the flow. I'll agree with Jim. I think the art is, like, on point. Specifically, I do love that giant, like, phone splash page. Yeah. And then where Aquaria is jumping off the dock and then swimming. I think that's all money. But then, like, the flow of conversation between her and her mom, where she's like, that sucks, but I carry a backpack, not a badge. And then one panel later, she's like, okay, I'm on the job, Mom. And it's like, it's just such a, like, it's weird. Yeah, it's a little...
You did mention one thing that I didn't remember, because we have seen Aquaria before.
Yep.
And she goes to, like, a school with, like, super smart kids, right? Isn't that?
Yeah.
So, like, she's riding some, like, I don't know, floating chair car invention, and I guess one of her friends created it for her.
Yeah, they're like a MIT like brain trust smart, like, and so she even mentioned she's like one of her friends made a lunar powered scooter, and so that's why she's riding around.
It is kind of funny though, like she's like in human form, she's riding the scooter, she jumps in the water, she swims around, and then it seems like out of nowhere she's leaping back into her window, like did she leave her scooter behind, and why is she still a fish person?
Yeah, exactly. And that's the kind of stuff that you just want to it kind of draws the reader out of it a little bit, because it's like, what'd she do, like throw that scooter in the trash then? Like, what's going on there? You see it on the dock.
Yep.
But then like when she goes to jump in after the woman, but then like her flying back into her, it's weird. It doesn't flow.
It's all right. It's not my favorite, but it's not horrible.
But I have to say, I think we said it last time, that if we are going to get a backup that is not just like a short, quick strip, that a couple pages like this is good. And I think I said this last time, but if Rum Row had as many pages as Aquaria, I feel like we'd have had a completely different impression of Rum Row.
Yeah.
So, cool. I'm down with it.
I gotta say, I love G-Man webcomics.
Always.
Which I brought up in our lost recording that I didn't realize until going through it with you guys, that G-Man webcomics, like I was like, oh, it looks a little scratchier, kind of looser than normal Chris G stuff. But it's actually supposed to be drawn by G-Man, because if you look at it, it's G-Man webcomics by G-Man.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So now it makes a little more sense to me. But I think they're pretty damn funny. I especially like the second strip, which was pretty cool. It must be frustrating to comic book artists.
Accurate. This is
scathing.
You can tell this one comes from the heart.
You guys charge to sign comics? Who do you think you are? I can't believe the audacity of these selfish egomaniacs profiting off the fans. And then he got like Chris. So he's looking at Batman and what's his name?
Deadpool.
So then you got Chris G there, who's kind of like the little unknown indie comic guy, and he's like, I don't charge to sign. And then the guy's like, who cares? I can't make any money off selling your worthless comics.
Proving that they were just right about him in the first place. And little Deadpool pulling a gun. Keen observation, Craig.
No, I didn't bring that up. I don't think. I think
You
that was
did
Jim.
last time.
Maybe I thought it was Jim. No, maybe I did. I have no memory. Jesus Christ.
That took quite
Jim,
the
help me
turn.
out here.
It was
He's
pretty sure it was me.
Was it you?
See, yeah, I thought so. He's just gotta be quiet and let me like sit here like thinking I'm crazy.
Well, then I guess I have no
I just
memory.
don't think it's important to know who did it first.
This is the judgy guy over here.
Yeah, G-Man's always kick ass. Like, you can run G-Man forever, and I'm okay with it. G-Man's great. It's always a home run.
I just can't shake the feeling I've read these before.
What?
I feel
You
like
mean-
I feel like
oh.
they've run in the book before, and I don't know why I get that feeling.
No, I know for a fact they haven't. Maybe it's because we did this podcast over. And...
No,
Yeah.
it's not that.
Well, I mean, there was a G-Man strip.
It's ever since it returned. I could have swore I've read these before, and I don't know why. I know I followed the web. I may have followed the webcomic for a while.
He
But I
posted
s-
them on Facebook.
He also had a hard copy one about being at Comic Cons.
Yeah,
that came
you
out
know
a
what?
Few years ago.
Maybe that's it. Maybe it was the G-Man print book. Maybe these are reprints from that.
There was a G-Man print book, but there was also like a book called Tales from the Comic Con or something like that.
Yep.
Which was all about like the struggles of like artists at a comic convention or just quirky comic convention type shit. Which was actually pretty good. I don't know if I still have my copy, but I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe
It's
you read
always
that.
good.
Dude, how about the Eat More Bike strip? That one's pretty good.
That is genius. That shit had me literally laughing out loud.
LOL.
Other dogs' buttholes.
Rolfulcopter.
Dude, that's... I'm sorry, but, like, that's good shit.
I
Yeah.
love all absurdist humor.
And then, like you said, the Rum Row one, it kind of ends, but it's like, we didn't really get much.
And it still hasn't told you anything.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's just there to kind of get you to try it out, but it doesn't tell you where you can go to find it. Or
Yeah, it doesn't do that, because I know for a fact a second issue just dropped in the last month.
Man,
It
that's
should at
a
least-
shame.
I
Because
guess
there was a one-shot like 2 or 3 years ago, and there
Maybe
was this.
we're wrong, guys. GrenadeFightInc.com.
Yeah, I mean, it's tiny, though, but you would think they would want to... I don't know. I guess if you like it enough, you would see that tiny little 5-point font.
Yeah, you're right. It is real small. It's a shame. Rum Row, you can tell it's a quality comic. Like, this is really good art.
Yeah.
But I just don't think that this format did it, like, any favors at all. Just because I don't feel like I know shit about this world. I don't feel like I know shit about these characters. Like, really, I don't think, like, it did anything to draw
All
you
we
in.
know is that the art is pretty. The guy's a pretty damn good cartoonist.
Oh, yeah.
But hey, if that's your thing, you know, looks like it's kind of like steampunk type airplane stuff.
10 out of 10
Check
on
it
the
out.
art.
Absolutely.
10 out of 10.
Hey, you know what's kind of funny? So now that we've kind of gone through the book, when you look at the cover, it's kind of a little weird that this actually is the comic that's got the little badge for the Inkwell Award winner.
Yeah.
Right.
But it's kind of art-wise not the best when it comes to like. So you see it, it's like, oh, you know, Inkwell Award winner, and then you kind of flip through, and it's like, this is. I mean, I'm not trying to be an asshole, but it's not. It's
Well, remember,
not up to
Inkwell's
par.
about inking.
Yeah, I know. I mean, there's a lot of like scratchy, real. I don't know.
I get exactly
not-
what you're saying. It's not gonna be indicative of why he won that award.
I don't think so.
He
I'm
won
not
that
to be an
award
asshole.
for other issues, and this is definitely not indicative of that. So I totally get what you're saying.
The cover's great.
It's funny. It's just funny because I'm with you. I think it's funny.
It sucks to talk bad about a book that you love, you know, and I rarely
Nah,
talk
you
bad.
gotta throw shade once in a while.
No, well, it doesn't mean you gotta like doing it.
Well, here's the beauty. This is what we always say. The beauty of it is that, you know, this
The
book
story
is
is progression.
We're not biased.
Well, the book's constantly in flux anyway. You're really never going to get one thing from Savage Dragon. So it's like, even if Eric did this style... I mean, you remember, I think we had him on this very show. I think it was an interview where we were like, oh, are you going to do 2-Up? And he's like, that's the plan. And, like, you know, clearly that's not the plan. He changed his mind. So it's like,
Right.
even if he fell in love with doing this style, he's not going to stay in love with it.
Crank out 24 a year.
Yeah. I mean, that would be fucking awesome, but nah. He'll get bored. He'll get bored and he'll want to do something else. So, I mean, it's fine. I think it's a little easier to stomach change when you know that it's all temporary. Like,
right.
Like when I flip through this and I'm like, oh, not his strongest. It's like, well, you know, the next issue, he's already back to, like, you know, using the double 2-Up pages and 11x17, and like, he couldn't even stick with this, like, experiment for 2 issues. So, like, I don't know. If you don't like something, you don't have to worry about it too much either.
Right, right.
Wedding rings. I'm sorry.
Have you guys heard of this? I'm looking on the Facebook right now. Andrew Diamont posted this find from the 50-cent bin. It's called The Sewage Dragon. Dense action from Bill Moss. I guess it's a spit image book.
I'm low-key hurt.
It's on the Eric Larson Savage Dragon fan page.
That you were surfing Facebook while we were talking.
I told you, that's all I do.
No, I haven't heard of that, but I did see the image, and that's the first time I've ever seen that, and it is weird as shit, dude.
That's I've seen
pretty
that
accurate
before.
Fin, though.
It's garbage. I've
Is
seen
it
that.
bad?
I don't remember. I remember when that came out way back in the day, and it was they had a bunch of those stupid. Like,
Too bad, because I
trying to
like
make
Bill
them-
Moss.
No, yeah, it's bad.
I don't know. It's
It's not even a good pun.
no.
The sewage dragon. Ha! No, it doesn't work, dude.
I think what was it? The Jolly Savage Drag Queen
Yeah,
or whatever.
Even
That
Jolly
was-
Green Drag Queen.
Yeah, that was funnier.
not by much.
Yeah.
No, not by much, but it was still brutal. Not by much.
I just
Wedding rings.
Yeah.
I was just gonna throw it out here.
Wait! Before you start talking, I'm just gonna look up Facebook. No, just kidding.
Oh, you bastard! All I was gonna say is I forgot that I remembered that we had said that this is like they're wearing the wedding rings now, and so it's kind of like,
Yeah, was it?
or was it last issue? The one before this. I'm just saying the wedding rings are all up in this one. Like, if you look, they're wearing their wedding rings in like every other panel. So it's good. It's good stuff. Back to Facebook. But sorry, you guys can go back to Facebook now. It's cool.
Goddamn Raven interrupting my Facebook podcast.
I know, it's okay. Sorry, guys. Someone had to do it. So that's a wrap. 229.
You know, the other thing, it's funny as we talk, I'm like, oh yeah, I remember we talked about this on the podcast we lost. But do you think Eric kind of drew the cover to 229 and then was like, with like no particular story in mind, just like, oh, it's a cool visual, and then is like, oh, I got to build this into the story now, knowing that you could build that visual, the finger and the hair, into pretty much anything. You know, any villain could blow the finger off of Malcolm's hand. But do you think when he drew that, he didn't have anything in mind of what was going to happen?
Well,
It's
that's what's
hard to say. It's pretty, honestly, kind of a generic cover.
what's so funny is that, like, we don't usually get, like, for what's on the cover, like, exactly in the issue.
True.
Right.
And yet, in this one, we, like, totally did. Like, she's totally got fingers, like, hitting her in the face. So it's kind
I'm
of
guessing
funny
that
how...
Eric once in a while just needs to make up, you know, some issues, and he's like, oh, I'll put a cover up there that, you know, I could fit into any story.
Well,
Yeah,
once
it
upon a
makes
time,
sense.
they used to make covers before anything else.
Yeah.
They wrote the story to the cover.
Seems like
That's why Superman was a really dick to Lois Lane all the time.
well, he's got to do them at least 2 months in advance. So, I mean, yeah, it's highly likely that he had no fucking idea like what this dude was gonna be, or come Mudgeon, we had no idea he was gonna be in there. So,
It was unexpected that a goopy monster would have slicing blades. I'll give it that.
yeah, I didn't see it coming. All right, shall we
Yep, take us home, Raven.
take a peek into the future of Savage Dragon 230. Christmas Stalking. American Nazis track Malcolm Dragon and his family to the Great White North. And, worth noting, the letters column hilariously refers to the next issue as The Kids Are Alt-Right.
Oh, jeez. That's pretty good.
That's funny. I like it. So, confirmed, these will be some American Nazis that have crossed into Canada just in time for Christmas. So, there you go.
You think Eric really likes Christmas?
It seems like it, right? There's been a lot of Christmas issues.
Yeah, he really makes, and maybe it's part of just trying to make sure it keeps it in the real time feeling, but I feel like he really goes out of his way with Christmas.
It is an easy way to mark the calendar.
I think I can agree with you because there hasn't been Halloween,
right?
Like as much. If you think Halloween would be a really good one, but I can't think of a shit ton of Halloween, and yet I feel like we had 3 Christmases this year, didn't we?
Year?
Not this year. Maybe last year.
Yeah. Okay. It's funny because Malcolm and Maxine, I can remember at least they've had 3 Christmases together. Feels like, anyway.
Yeah, I don't know.
Strong finish. That's how we. That's how we like to. That's how we like to do it here. Like to bring it home strong.
Sorry, what were you saying? It was on Facebook.
It's good. I like it. I will say special shout out to Andrew Detremont for putting up bags of milk. I felt
yes.
I felt like I got a picture from another dimension.
So I guess the mystery is that you have reusable pitchers that you just put the bag in, and then you just pour from the bag, and then you throw away the bag.
Which is still bizarre. And then the bags sit on grocery store shelves just tied up like bread.
Yeah, they're twist tied. I was surprised.
If I
by
was
that.
an asshole teenager, I'd just poke little holes in all of them.
Yeah. There's all kinds of bullshit that could go wrong.
We're talking Canada. Everyone's so nice, I guess.
That's the only reason it works. Couldn't work here in America. So that was completely bizarre. I liked it though. It was eye opening.
I bet you there's a bunch of 20-something-year-old dudes that buy milk. They don't put it in a, they just leave it in the bag and put it in the fridge.
Yeah.
They just keep twist tying it back.
They don't even use twist tie. They just twist it and then fold it over.
They just
like bread.
Cut the little edge off and just let it pour in their mouth.
Poke a hole.
Tie a little knot.
When I read the issue, when Maxine and her party friend are sitting around and they're like, well, you could have had bag milk too. I was thinking of the bag milk I had in grade school, which was just a little bag and you jab a straw in it.
Like a Capri Sun?
Like a Capri Sun?
Yeah, exactly. Like a Capri Sun.
Dude,
I had
I
carton
could
milk at school.
I could never do a Capri Sun. I always either stick the straw all the way through the other edge.
Yep.
Or I just break the straw or something.
Yep. Capri
Complete
Sun
retard.
suck.
It just wasn't that
Yeah, I
hard,
had the little
dudes.
carton of milk.
I had cartons. I switched schools. I had cartons at my first school, and then I switched schools. And like, as if to make sure everything was weird and awkward, I go to this new school, surrounded by new people. You know, when you're a little kid, you're trying to be cool and everything. I get in the cafeteria and don't know how the fuck to deal with bagged milk. I'm like completely like, what? And of course, for them, it's all normal.
That would piss me off, because when I was in school, I play this game where you take one carton of milk and you open it up so it's a square. And you flatten all the other milks and see how many you can jam in.
Dude, you want to hear something fucked up where I grew up with milk at school?
Uh-oh.
Did you collect them from the garbage?
You're a New Englander, Jim, so maybe you've
really
heard of this.
I'm a Northern New Yorker.
All right, well, you live in New England now. So I'm from New Bedford, Massachusetts, and when you're in public school, you have a choice of plain milk, chocolate milk, or coffee milk.
There was no coffee milk where I'm from.
Coffee milk?
It's either skim 2% or chocolate.
So you got a bunch of grade schoolers drinking coffee-flavored milk.
Weird.
I grew up on coffee-flavored milk. It's a syrup called Autocrat.
That is... Big Dunkin' Donut has gotten to our children.
That's weird.
But this is before anyone drank coffee like they do now.
Okay.
We always had coffee-flavored milk and always had chocolate syrup and coffee syrup in our shelves at home, and
that must
I
be
remember,
a New England thing.
Yeah, well, I think it's just a like Rhode Island / New Bedford thing.
Okay.
Honestly, if you look up coffee milk in Rhode Island, you will see that a normal kid's routine is drinking coffee flavored milk, which seems so fucking weird.
It is.
Yeah, you're blowing my mind with this.
It was
shit, dude.
not weird to me when I was a kid, and I remember going on vacation one time, and my little brother ordered a coffee milk. I think we were in like New Hampshire or something. And the waitress just brought him like a cup of coffee and like a little side of milk. And he was like 6 years old. And we were just like, we didn't understand, because I just thought that was like that everywhere. Like,
you
I didn't know
realize
that was
you were
just
the
a
weird
region.
ones.
Yeah.
You want to know what's really... Well, it's not really weird. It's just that not everyone drinks milk. Drinking milk is almost ubiquitously an American thing.
Yeah.
Is it?
In most countries, only children drink milk. Like, really young children. And then you just stop drinking milk. And you use it for cooking, or whatever have you. So
Right.
you don't... It's just... But yeah, in America, we just drink milk. Like, straight up. It's...
How are you going to get your bones strong?
Apparently that may actually be a lie from milk. From Big Milk. Apparently a lot of the... I listened to an NPR show all about the benefits of milk. Apparently most of what we know about, the health benefits of milk may have been played up by the milk companies.
Powerful milk lobbyists.
Yeah. Does your body good.
And that's why you drink it in school, is because the milk lobby basically makes the state buy it for the schools.
You're blowing my mind.
Touting its health benefits that may or may not actually exist.
And then my hometown goes and pours coffee extract into it.
Sure.
It really fuck us up.
That's exactly what I was going to say. So how does coffee milk exist?
I think coffee is just a New England thing. I think coffee is just ubiquitous to the region.
It says coffee milk is the official state drink of Rhode Island.
Oh, well, that also would explain it.
I just feel like I learned so much new this issue. Like you blew my mind to pieces. Like I don't even know what to say. Coffee milk for
coffee
children?
milk tastes good too. It tastes really good.
I want some right now.
The thing about milk is
it tastes like, you know what it tastes like? It tastes like, you ever have a coffee ice cream?
Yeah.
It tastes like liquid coffee ice cream.
Oh my god, sounds great.
It's so good when you're a kid.
Is it caffeinated?
probably not.
I can't imagine it is, but it's made of coffee extract. It just seems like kids should not be drinking it.
Yeah.
And they shouldn't be
seems
serving it in elementary school.
Did you guys have cigarette mashed potatoes?
What the fuck?
Is that when the lunch lady puts it out in your tray?
Yeah, exactly.
I tell you what, my freshman year of college, the kids that lived in the room next to my dorm, like the room next door to my little apartment,
Yeah.
they both smoked cigarettes. So when I went my first year was 95 to 96. And you could still smoke cigarettes in the dining hall and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So these kids smoked in their room.
Whoops.
And they were complete pigs, and they didn't throw anything out. So they just had piles of food, like leftovers and shit. And everything had cigarette butts in it, and it looked like a porcupine.
Jesus.
So like everything in their room that you could like push out a cigarette into had cigarettes in it.
That's
It was so vile.
I would have narked on him so hard to whoever's in
No,
charge.
you could smoke in your room.
Oh, I thought you said you couldn't.
No, you still could.
Well, I
back
still
then.
would have reported them for rotting food.
Yeah, were you allowed to turn everything into a fucking ashtray?
They
That's
did. That's
revolting.
exactly what they did. Everything was an ashtray. It was kind of funny. I laugh more about it because it was pretty interesting.
And you said they were your neighbors.
Yeah, they're great
gonna-
kids. Great.
I was
dudes.
going to say, everybody who lived near them probably hated their guts.
No, not at all. Really, actually, it's
They
very
knew,
weird.
did they know
that
where the weed was?
Yes.
Okay.
That'll take the edge off.
They partook. Anyway, I don't even know. I feel like I keep digressing this whole episode, but
It's quite okay.
You guys
Well, we got to fill some
keep
time
bringing me back to
somehow.
my ute.
Craig,
Yes.
you know what? It's your
What?
duty. You have kids now. It's your duty to surround their beds with horror posters. Give them that. You got to give them that experience. Hey, son, here's basket case.
Actually, I do kind of. I think my office, my little man cave, has got like Black Sabbath prints, and there's plenty of like metal posters with skulls, and my kids don't really like it. So I'm probably scarring them.
Perfect. Mission accomplished.
I used to have this one print before my kids were born of this skull that's like talking on a cell phone, and it hung above the stairs, and my poor child had to walk by it every day.
Who knew Craig was such a metalhead?
I did. You talk about pizza, and I'm making another page. Every Facebook post of Craig's is going to another show. It's pretty awesome, actually. I live vicariously through you.
But see, my wife is already stuck with me in marriage. She didn't know about that stuff until after.
Rock hand emoji. which is the least rocking thing you can do is say the words rock hand emoji. But nevertheless.
I think even worse if you would have said hashtag.
Hashtag horns.
Hails and horns.
Hashtag me too.
Oh no.
Oh.
Oh no. We can't do that. We can't.
All right. Don't bring.
Walk it back.
attention to
Walk it back.
Don't bring attention to it.
Right. Everything's cool. Don't worry about it. Whew. We dodged it. We're good. We got through it.
We're gonna be on Bleeding Cool.
I
topic.
have to say, I was very proud. Shout-outs to Bleeding Cool for making their most recent Savage Dragon article about, not sex, but they actually made it about the poo-poo restaurant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. They were basically just talking about, like, all the Canada references and, like, literal references to actual places. And I thought to myself, as I read that article, it's hilarious because this is an actual thought I had. I was like, good for them for not going straight for the sex.
You know, I gotta say, as much as Bleeding Cool, they're always in it for like, you know, to get a clickbait or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like they are all about rumors and gossip and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But for as much stories that there have been on Savage Dragon, Rich Johnson is a fan of Savage Dragon, and he doesn't ever like. You know, he might bring attention to certain things, but he always talks it up in a way. Like, he doesn't shit on it.
He's always saying...
Even though he is trying to get people to look at it and, like, you know, squeal about it or something. But, you know, he doesn't do it in a way that shits on the book.
He always plays up the shock, but he does always say, you should be reading it and stuff
right,
like
exactly.
that. So it's cool, yeah. I'm okay with it. And like I said, I was very... Like, as I read that most recent article, I was like, good for you.
I'm mixed about it. I'm okay that he doesn't shit on it, but at the same time, I feel like he does like bring unwanted attention to certain things sometimes. Where you're like, really, you got to point that out and get everyone all up in arms about this. What did you say?
The poop restaurant.
I don't think that's that bad because it's not like Eric's making it up, but
that's true. Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. You know a hilarious conversation we had from the last one, the Forgotten FinCast, is we had a real quick, it like was last 2 seconds, but we were like, I couldn't eat at the poop restaurant. I'd be sick.
Yeah. I guess
It is very weird.
I did go in depth into my dislike of urine.
Yeah, was it somebody said they bring you lemonade and I was like, God damn, really? Ugh. Revolting.
Is that true?
That's
I don't remember that.
Yeah, one of
that
you
they bring you lemonade.
Yeah, everything would be poop themed. So
poop thing.
But do they really do that?
I imagine.
Yeah, you like
Or
drink
Mountain Dew.
lemonade and the food looks like poop. And you eat it out of a toilet.
Only yellow drinks.
Ugh.
Or
I wouldn't
maybe,
drink
maybe,
Mountain
maybe
Dew
blue
anyway.
drinks because of 1,000 flushes.
So you're drinking toilet water.
Yeah.
Oh, couldn't do it. Couldn't do it.
What are you talking about? There's all kinds of good blue drinks.
I mean, I could drink a blue drink. I'm saying I couldn't, like, eat a big shit pile and then wash it down with toilet water. Couldn't do it.
You know, it's actually food, right, Raven?
I know, but
That's the whole point.
you know what's funny? When food doesn't look the way it should, it fucks with me.
Oh.
Like purple ketchup. I don't like it.
Oh. Well, I hate ketchup as a rule, so...
Yeah, I don't know what bug got up the ass of the ketchup makers of the world, but for a while ketchup was like purple and green and all these dumb colors.
Oh yeah.
Well, it's only red because they dye it.
Well, guess who likes it red?
But at least it's close to tomatoes.
Yeah,
Like, I
red,
don't need to
bingo.
have blue ketchup.
It's flavorless coloring.
Oh, my kids will eat ketchup. Ketchup's,
Why
ketchup's
why
a-
you old men gotta make ketchup so banal?
They try to be, you know what? That's I think what made me mad is they try to be like, now ketchup's fun.
Well, it's not for you, Raven. It's for kids.
Kids are fucking stupid. If needed, red is a more exciting color than purple or green.
I mean, I guess.
Everyone knows red's an exciting color, bro. What color are sports cars?
Yellow.
No, they're red. What color are sexy bikinis? Red.
Pink. Blue.
You know what? Google is red excitement, and you will see. Google it. Google's got my back. I'm telling you, it's color theory. Red is exciting. Kids making fucking ketchup purple and green, that doesn't make it more fun for kids. And if I had to eat a pile of poop, even if it was like the most savory steak mushed into a poop shape, I'd be revolted.
Don't you ever eat brownies?
They don't look like shit.
You do if you squish them a bit. Or how about Baby Ruths? I love a good Baby Ruth.
A Baby Ruth doesn't really look like a turd, no matter what the old
It's the
joke
most
is.
turd-like of all the foods.
No, refried beans has to be.
Diarrhea, maybe.
No, Tootsie Rolls.
Tootsie Rolls,
Yeah, that's true.
That's
Tootsie
pretty
Rolls win.
pretty shit.
They look like dog turds, straight up.
Yeah,
Like lawn cigars.
looks like it fell out of an animal and tastes like it.
Yeah. Tootsie Roll is a garbage candy.
Yeah, and it's been around forever. Like, what is the fucking staying power of a Tootsie Roll?
What, you mean like how long it can stay on a shelf?
I mean
It's
to
like,
say,
do you
why does
wanna-
it continue to exist?
A Tootsie Pop or a Blow Pop? What are you going to choose?
I mean, if I had a choice, probably
Blow Pop.
a Tootsie Pop.
Get out.
Blow Pop.
Chocolate Tootsie Pop? Fuck yeah.
Bubble gum versus a Tootsie Roll? That's like you got through your thin candy shell and there was a turd in the middle.
And those Tootsie Pops have those
I
like,
hate blow pops because
thick
the gum's no
ring
good.
around them.
Gum shit.
It's better than a Tootsie Pop.
Not really.
Oh,
Tootsie is...
I love Tootsie Rolls.
your candy opinions are tearing this podcast apart.
Look,
You have your Tootsie Roll and Necco wafers?
I mean, Necco wafers are kind of nah, but I eat them. Them and, what else? Not Necco wafers.
Your
the other
squirrel
one.
nut zippers and your... Mary Jane's?
I eat. Which ones are Mary Jane's?
I don't know, like the garbage ones that come in a little wax wrapper that tastes like peanut or something.
Yeah, like
Probably not
like-
those.
they call them like there's like other candies like bottle caps, and they taste like you put a fucking bottle cap in your mouth.
I love snow caps.
They're okay, I guess.
alright.
What else do I love? I love.
I do have a weakness for cow
Werther's
tails.
Originals. I love. Shit. The
Werther's Originals are the shit.
What are those candies that come in that are multicolored that come in a wrapper?
That's a million things. Lifesavers is one of them.
Not Lifesavers. They're crunchy. They're like chalk dust.
Do they still make Lifesavers? I mean,
Yes.
I haven't seen those.
They're the ones with the hole in them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I get that. I know that. I just haven't seen them in years.
Lifesavers are also gummy savers, so it's
Yeah.
two amazing candies.
Oh, this is driving me crazy.
Do you guys ever have caramel creams?
I've had all
Like
kinds of
cowtails?
Yeah.
I love those things.
Yep. They're good. That's good candy. Man.
Oh, he's
Are
looking
you
it up.
Googling candy?
Hold on, this is driving me crazy. I should know what these are called.
Real-time candy research.
No, this is edible sidewalk chalk. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking
What?
for...
That was
Not
another
necklaces.
Edible sidewalk
They're
chalk. So you're going to draw on the sidewalk and then eat it?
I
Horrible.
guess.
Horrible.
They haven't seen the sidewalk near my house.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say.
Like homeless piss,
Yeah, exactly.
weed particles, and
Glass.
shit,
Usually broken
Dog shit.
glass.
traces of heroin.
You know, I would think you were joking, but I've been to Philly.
No. Yeah.
It is. That's pretty accurate.
I've been to Philly and you live in a shithole.
I got off the train and there was a hypodermic needle, and on the next step, a baby diaper. And I was like, wow.
The baby's got a problem.
I was like, this
Hard
is the
times, dude. Hard
origin
times.
of freedom.
We've got the Liberty Bell.
It's pretty metal. It's cracked.
When
but
you coming back to Philly?
Oh, geez, probably for that. Remember when we're gonna do that Savage Dragon like live, all of us three in one room?
Yeah.
That'll be the one.
So we're gonna wrap this FinCast up?
Yeah, dude. Let's
I
wrap it
think
up.
people are like, "What the fuck is going on?"
Poop restaurant totally derailed us.
Sorry, I got distracted trying to figure out what the hell this candy is. It's so stupid I can't remember what they're called.
We're never gonna know.
Explain it.
They're small and they're round, and you get many of them in a single wrapper, like a
Okay.
Tootsie Roll wrapper, but it's clear, and they're multicolored.
Sweet
and fruit
tarts.
They're like
Smarties.
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 They're Smarties. Thank you.
It's fucking Smarties, dude.
I love Smarties.
You know what's funny? Real quick, I'm sorry. I can't believe, like the man of a million anecdotes, but I worked in a call center where there were a ton of pillheads. I mean, a ton.
Sure.
And so the toilet paper dispensers constantly had dust on them from pill dust, where people go in and snort pills. So one day, as a joke, I went in there 5 minutes before the shift ended and smashed up a line of Smarties and put it.
You're an asshole.
I put it on there, right? Well, then I went to.
And you left it there?
No. Check this out. This is what's so funny. There was a reason why I mentioned the 5 minutes before closing. As I was leaving, I was joking about it, and one of my friends said, "You should go back in there and see if it's still there. I bet it's not." And I went in there, and in 5 minutes, some pillhead had come along and snorted that line of Smarties.
He's just burned the shit out of his nose.
It's just sugar. It should be fine. In fact, I bet there are people.
Have
who
you
would
ever
cut
snorted
their pills with
sugar?
Smarties.
I'm sure it burned the shit out of his nasal membranes.
He probably was good from all the pill,
I'm pretty sure cocaine does a lot worse than Smarties.
I'm just
No.
think about it.
Not
though.
from experience or anything, but no.
Wait a minute. Cocaine's worse than Smarties?
No.
Wait.
Well, it's got to play hell in the back in your nasal cavity.
No. It doesn't burn.
This is insane. I'm just surprised
Well,
that
it eats
somebody...
it eats through your nose.
Well, if you use it for a very long time,
The mindset
it
of
just makes
the
your nose
man
drip.
who just goes into the bathroom, sees a line on
I've
the
said
toilet.
too much.
Oh,
and
hey,
snorts it.
somebody left one behind.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, snorting anything off a toilet stall. Like,
That would be a good way to murder someone with like cyanide or anthrax or something.
Drano.
Yeah.
What a bizarre twist this FinCast took. We just gave people our favorite candies, murder methods, childhood stories.
drug habits.
Yeah. Oh man, this is a good one. I'm sorry. I think we saved it. I think it was good that the FinCast got lost last time. I think this one was stronger.
My favorite part was when Jim just gave up on us and just started surfing Facebook.
I don't give up. I'm just real good at multitasking.
All right.
Like, yeah, your shit's garbage. Look what I'm looking at Facebook.
You know what I just saw on Facebook? Sewage dragon. It's like, damn it.
All
shall
right.
we?
Yeah.
Shall
Thanks
we
for bearing with us, guys. We got through it finally.
Yeah. No, it's good. I appreciate everyone listening. You know what this is? This is our last FinCast of the year, more than likely.
Very likely. Although there will be one more issue out before the end of the year.
You think so? Is that really?
Yeah. I mean, that's what we've been told. There'll be an issue out next week.
Yep. Before
Okay.
Christmas, I guarantee it.
Yep.
Well, damn it. We better get on finding that issue and getting recording.
Yep. So, happy 2017, everybody.
Don we now. Our gay apparel.
Thanks for listening.
Can't wait to get on my gay apparel.
No one donned straight apparel. It's just not cool.
I want happy clothes.
All right, everybody. Merry Christmas.
Happy Hanukkah.
I liked it, dudes. I'm sorry. I think we did a better one. I think it was better than the last one.
Went a lot longer than I thought we would.
We still were only 27 minutes over, because we only did like an hour last time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't go...
Well, we lost like 30 minutes.
Well, I'm turning the heat on now, baby. I've been in here, similar to Jim, I've been in here freezing my Tootsie Pops off.
Hey, what did you guys think of Guardians of the Galaxy Part 2?
I thought it was a good movie.
I haven't seen it.
I thought it was good, but I thought they went too silly this time.
I think it's fine. I thought the Wreck-It Raccoon scene was great.
I've heard other people complain it was too silly as well.
Really? I
Yeah,
haven't really
so-
talked to anybody about it, but I thought it was entertaining, but I just was like, it's good, just a little too like over the top. Like I thought the first one was a little better balanced.
You're not alone. I heard other people complain that it was just a little too goofy. But I don't think anybody trashed it. That was just about all I heard. Is
It was
people were
like Deadpool style goofy almost.
I wouldn't go that far.
You don't think so? I feel like
I mean, it was definitely more comedy than serious. And there were some parts I didn't quite like. And I think they tried to shoehorn a few things in that they probably shouldn't have. But overall,
Mary Poppins.
well, that's okay. But
I mean, I don't want to spoil it for Raven. I think you should see it. Raven,
I'm pretty
because
sure Raven has
it
heard
is
all
a
the memes.
Oh
It's
yeah.
a funny movie, but I just think that it was like way. too
Raven's
silly.
allergic to Baby Groot.
Oh, I hate Baby Groot, dude.
Yeah, he's kind of dumb.
It seemed like a dumb fucking thing. Is I liked adult Groot, so the minute they were like, oh, here's Baby Groot, I was like, this is gonna be something that I'm
We'll
gonna
get ready
hate.
for angsty teenager Groot.
God damn
The
it.
craziest thing with Groot is like how much do you think that what's his name gets paid to say I am Groot? Like, why do they need him to play that role?
Bingo.
Because he's the Iron Giant.
Is he?
It's Vin Diesel, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Was he also Iron Giant?
Yeah.
dude gets paid to do nothing all the time, doesn't he?
Well, you say it's nothing, but there is acting involved.
Bullshit. Saying I am Groot.
Yeah, you got it in the intone, the inflection.
Is there different inflections each
Yeah,
time?
Dude,
Yes.
they could pay like a voice guy.
It is not the same line repeated. It is very much different recordings
Wait.
and different inflections.
crazy.
God damn.
And I'm sure he took dozens of takes on every single one.
I'm sure they could have paid some like voice guy like a fraction of the cost that could have done the same thing.
It doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
You know
They
why I
could have
think-
paid anybody. Well, it isn't about what they're paying. They got millions of dollars.
It's
know what
just
I
crazy to me that they're like, we need Vin Diesel to play Groot. It's
I
like,
think
why?
they're paying for the novelty, like so they can say, "Vin Diesel's Groot."
He may. He probably doesn't do the mocapping.
No,
I mean, I get what's his name playing Rocket Raccoon because he's actually like using his voice, but I am Groot is like a processed voice
I
And
think
he's
you're
just saying,
overthinking
"I
it.
am Groot."
I think you're overthinking it.
I don't know, dude. I kind of sort of agree. It's like
It's
he's
very
just
weird
saying-
to me.
He's saying one.
If it could
word.
be anybody, why not Vin Diesel? Is my opinion on that matter.
Why does it have to be
Why
anybody?
not?
It doesn't have to be anybody,
to save money.
but they don't need to save money. They're Disney.
Oh, good point.
Oh, what do you guys think about Disney buying Fox?
I don't care.
Couldn't give less of a shit.
But then that means like we can get Fantastic Four in the Marvel
Well,
universe.
that's true. I mean, if we can get the Fantastic Four, that's great. If we get the
And
X-Men, meh.
I'm off of it. I don't give a shit about superhero movies anymore.
Yeah,
so-
Raven's
you
done.
fucking downer.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I mean,
dude.
I'm
Getting
cool with
hyped.
it.
I know it's not popular, but I'm just saying that.
I just really want to see a Fantastic Four movie done right, like Kirby style, just done right. Like, I'm so sick of the garbage. They should be the best Marvel franchise, and they've just flubbed it time and time again.
Ironically, I think in a lot of ways, Guardians of the Galaxy is the Fantastic Four replacement. Nope, we lost Raven.
He had it with us. He's like, fuck this. He didn't want to listen to Marvel movie talk.
My personal feeling of the Fox merger is it's fine. It's not a monopoly. It's a media company buying a media company. It's not like a telecommunications company buying a media company. I mean,
I'm happy with it. It just means more Marvel heroes in the universe. I think it's great. I hope they can do it in time for like the second Infinity War.
They would.
movie.
Here's the other thing: they would have to completely restart the X-Men from scratch, like from scratch.
I think they need to. I think the X-Men franchise blows.
Well, to be fair, Logan was probably a good place to stop. But your bigger problem is you got a bunch of TV shows coming out in the next year.
Yeah, but they don't have to be connected.
And I think they're supposed to be making a Logan sequel. Now, Raven.
How do they make a Logan sequel?
With what's her name?
No, nobody cares. They want to see Wolverine.
Well, she is Wolverine.
They want to see Logan.
Bullshit. New Wolverine is one of the most popular comics at Marvel. Logan's not that important.
For 70,000 readers, maybe, but the rest of the world wants to see Wolverine.
I don't.
No,
I've seen Wolverine for years.
I have no vested interest in X-23 or whatever.
Hello.
Oh, you came
Read their
back.
comics.
Yeah, I'm back. Okay. Yeah, sorry, dudes. My keyboard has a sleep button, and it is the fucking easiest thing in the world to bump.
Craig and I were talking about how he only cares about Logan, and I could give a shit if it's Logan or X-23.
Oh,
I just have no vested interest in X-23. Like,
same here.
I just if I were to
I
pick
have a more
movie-
vested interest in Logan being dead after a good movie and staying dead.
You know
See,
what?
Growing up, Wolverine was like the best thing in my world.
Yeah,
Like,
but
I love
what is he? He's a
Wolverine.
guy with claws. He goes into Berserker rages. That's literally anything. Any character can do that.
I guess
Yeah.
that, but I have a connection with Wolverine. That's just like saying, well, Batman should be Batgirl, and I was like, no, I just like Batman. I don't know.
Batman should be played by anybody. Batman is not defined by being male.
See, it's not the male thing. It's the character, dude. It's like Batman is cool because he's Bruce Wayne who
Nah,
saw
that's
his
crap.
parents get shot.
No.
That's the
Seeing
redeeming
his
character.
parents get shot, yes. Being Bruce Wayne, no.
But that's what makes him important as opposed to someone who's just like,
Being a white
Wow.
male has nothing to do with Batman or Bruce Wayne being cool.
that has nothing
It
to do with
does-
why I think he's
well,
cool.
Nostalgia and growing up, like those are the characters that I grew up with. I just want to see it. I don't know.
Nostalgia will always hold you back.
I'm not saying it's holding me back or anything. It's like I would rather just see a new character than see like a female version of Wolverine or
Bingo.
like give me a good character. I don't need it to be a female Wolverine. Give me a female vigilante. That's cool.
you-
I loved that Atomic Blonde movie. Have you guys seen that movie?
I haven't, but
Fucking
you're
cool
like
as shit.
the 20th person I've heard say was awesome.
I would much rather see that than
It
female
looked like too
Wolverine.
much of a John Wick rehash.
No. It's not John Wick. It's not. It's very more rooted in reality than John Wick.
John Wick's a superhero. Yeah, that's some fake
Yeah.
shit.
It's more of a spy movie.
I'm down
an
for it,
assassin
dude.
movie. It's fucking brutal as shit. Charlize Theron, or whatever, however you say her name, like she gets fucked up in it. It's so like more realistic. Like she gets fucking badly hurt, and she kicks a lot of ass.
I'm with you. I don't want to see like just, hey guys, this is Ironheart. To me, that's not cool. Give me a completely different kick-ass character. I don't want me to see.
There's value in legacy characters.
Not if you just switch out whoever it is.
Sure.
Like Batman, but also it's not like Bruce Wayne anymore.
Exactly.
Like,
because Bruce Wayne is not important.
Bruce Wayne's like super important in Batman. He's like very important.
Bruce Wayne is a character that Batman plays. It's not like Superman where Clark Kent is essential to the character.
Well, that's why Bruce Wayne's so important, though. It's because Batman is Bruce Wayne, and Bruce Wayne's Batman. They're the same dude.
No, Bruce Wayne doesn't exist. Bruce Wayne died in that alley.
I don't mean
Only
Playboy
Batman exists.
I don't mean Playboy millionaire character. That's not important. I'm talking about the dude who saw his parents get shot.
But he doesn't have to be a dude to see your parents get shot, is what I'm saying. It could be
what
anybody.
I'm saying is any woman get, like, if suddenly a woman sees her parent, don't you find that derivative?
No. It's the same story. It'd be more...
That's what makes it lame.
If she doesn't become Batman, then it's lame, because then it's derivative. But if she becomes Batman...
But why do we
need
to see... Why do we need to see the same thing as a woman? Just give me a different character.
Different character, that's all. Make something cool and...
Uh-oh.
What?
We lost Raven again. Or I lost Raven.
Really?
Something screwy happened. I actually, my levels aren't working now. I think my session is locked up.
Yeah.
Can
you hear me, Jim?
I can hear you, Craig. Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear Raven?
I cannot hear Raven.
Oh, really? I can hear... Yeah, he can hear.
Alright. I think what's happening is my browser is currently in the process of locking up. Oh, there it goes. We'll see if it comes back.
That's weird.
This is why I'm glad I double recorded, because I'm
Yep.
not feeling confident about this. Because it's been saying, don't close the browser uploading for a very long time.
I don't know. What?
You guys still there?